Hello and welcome to our webinar about the International Landing Pad Network. We're going to go over a few things today. First, I'm going to introduce SOSA, who we are as a company. Then I'm going to talk about the International Landing Pad Network program. We're going to give over the mic to our partners at the NYCEDC to say a few words about their involvement and their goals for the program. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the application process, next steps, and what we're looking for in a strong application. So first and foremost, my name is Alon. I'm the Accelerator Manager at SOSA. Really nice to meet everyone. I basically manage all of our programs focused on US expansion for foreign startups, and I'll be your main point of contact for the application process as well as during the program. SOSA, as a company, we sort of call ourselves an open innovation company with two main lines of business. At our core, we are structured as a consultancy that primarily works with corporates on innovation strategy, design, and execution. We have corporate partners in a variety of industries, primarily in two main buckets. Our corporate partners are, many are in heavy industry, manufacturing, energy production, cosmetics, electronics, the list goes on. And then the second bucket being banking and insurance, with a heavy focus on the insurance. And then we have many government partners, and these are our partners who sponsor the accelerator programs that we run for foreign startups to expand into the US. So typically trade commissions, export promotion offices, economic development agencies, entities that really have an interest in expanding their tech ecosystems. We help them do that through curated accelerator programs such as this one. So let's talk about the International Landing Pad Network. In short, this is a 12-month accelerator program for 10 growth stage companies. And the way to assess if your company is a fit is through the following questions. Number one, are you a growth stage tech company with an international headquarters? We're looking for companies that do not already have a physical presence in the United States, and moreover, do not have their leadership already stationed full-time in the United States. It is okay to have US clients. It's okay even to have a US entity through which you have been doing business with US clients or receiving invoices from US clients. But we're looking for companies that are primarily still based outside of the United States and are looking to expand in with New York as their landing pad base. Moreover, we're looking for companies that have strong revenue performance and financial stability. You'll see in the full application form that there is a requirement of having 5 million in revenue annually or enough capital on the balance sheet to sustain the growth of 5 employees in New York over 2 years. So either one, if you meet either criteria, you will be eligible for the program. And we're looking as well we're looking for applications that can explain how you fit into either of these definitions. If you have any questions about whether your company meets these requirements, please email me. I'll be happy to respond. And we can figure out the best way to explain your situation in the application. We're also looking for companies that have a strong alignment with New York's corporate and technology ecosystem and a compelling plan for a compelling growth plan for US expansion. I'll talk more about these at the end. So let's dive into what the program really is. As I said, this is 12 months of a US expansion accelerator program, SOSA's program. SOSA, we're one of the operators for this program, and what we've constructed rests on 4 main pillars. Number one, a Manhattan launchpad. You get access to SOSA New York's office space right in the center of Manhattan for the entire 12-month program. Number two, exclusive ecosystem integration. Many networking and integration opportunities with the New York ecosystem. We are looking for companies that are really ready to contribute to the New York ecosystem and be part of it. And we're going to provide many opportunities to do that. Number three, operational readiness. This is really the meat of what we provide in terms of mentorship, support. We're going to talk about what that means exactly, but we're looking to really scale the companies and be highly involved in your company's growth plans for the US. And then number 4, capital and customer acceleration, really access to VCs, and I'll talk about that specifically as well. So number 1, the Manhattan Launchpad. SOSA, New York. We're located on the corner of 26th Street and 6th Avenue. We are we have a large co-working space with space designed for up to 2 representatives from each company to have access for virtually the entire year. And a bit more about our office. We have fully stocked kitchen, lounge area. We have conference rooms. We have phone booths. This is also where the SOSA New York team works. So you'll get to see us, interact with us day in and day out in also many informal settings. So it's a lot of there are a lot of opportunities to engage with SOSA's team. The better we get to know you, the better we're able to help you and connect the dots in many different aspects throughout the program. So that's number 1. Number 2, we're blessed to have such an incredible network of corporate partners, as well as many ecosystem partners in venture capital firms, industry experts, many service providers that are eager to connect and support the growth stage companies that we're going to be bringing into this program. So as I said, we're going to have many networking events, many speed dating events, many sort of speed matching events, many exclusive VC pitching events as well. We're going to get very creative in how we introduce you to the New York ecosystem, but expect many different ways to connect with corporates, with VCs, and many other partners here in New York. Third, we have really the brunt of the Accelerator Program. And what I mean here is the support that we provide in terms of mentorship and support of your scaling plans. And this comes in 2 main ways. Number 1, each company is paired with a lead mentor who they're going to meet with 10 times throughout the program in structured meetings. You're going to develop a business development plan at the beginning of the program. And with your lead mentor, you're going to essentially track the progress of your business development plan. They're going to support you. They're going to give you tips, recommendations. They're going to be your sounding board. They're going to help you brainstorm on new ways to acquire and reach your customers, new ways to scale efficiently and fast in the US. The lead mentors that we're selecting for this program are people who have scaled companies, who have supported international startups and have done so quite successfully in their career. So very excited to pair every company with 1 dedicated lead mentor throughout the program. The second is scale up services. We know that US expansion is not one size fits all. And that's why we've created this system where we're giving each company in the program 10 credits really to be used on any of the 5 topics that you see here: US operational setup and tax accounting, marketing, messaging and communication, fundraising support and startup financing, and leadership development. The companies will be able to select any of the 5 categories, and we're basically providing pre-vetted services through select partners that we have chosen. And you're going to be able to select whether you want, most of your credits to be spent on operational setup and tax accounting, and a few on 2 others, or all of them on 1, or distributed equally. It's up to you. You know your company best, and you know what you need best. And then lastly, every company in the program will have the opportunity to meet with SOSA's venture fund, SOSA Ventures. And as I said, there are going to be many opportunities to engage with New York venture capitals, as well as angels, pitching only, investor only pitching events, demo days. I won't get too much into it, but many opportunities to engage with VCs. All right, and now I'd like to welcome Adelia Rattray from the NYCEDC to say a few words about the program and NYCEDC's goals. So Adelia, please tell us a little bit about the overall objective of the NYCEDC through the International Landing Pad Network.
So New York City Economic Development Corporation is the economic development arm for New York City. We have a pretty broad mandate in terms of building neighborhoods where New Yorkers want to live, work, and play, build sustainable infrastructure. We're also the largest land operator for the city. But the final and really key goal here for New York City Economic Development Corporation is to strengthen business confidence in NYC. So we have a team that's really focused on building up these offerings, attracting, retaining, and growing companies across the 5 boroughs. We know that New York City is often a leading destination for global expansion, but many perceived barriers exist, and too often jobs, companies, and investment and innovation end up elsewhere. So this is where the International Landing Pad Network comes in. We really are hoping that this program is able to position New York City as the U.S. entry point for global innovators in sectors like life sciences, the green economy, advanced technology, and AI. We also hope to remove some of these barriers for international scale-ups. We, in this program, will provide 1 year of co-working space, regulatory guidance, and local connections across New York City. Third, we really want to strengthen New York City's innovation ecosystem. This will be done by attracting amazing entrepreneurs and innovation and creating good paying jobs for New Yorkers. And last, this is a network. And so we're really excited to see this coordinated, dynamic network of landing pad programs come to life to accelerate growth and faster collaboration between global companies, the entrepreneurial support organizations here in the city, and then also the city government ourselves.
And can you tell us a bit about the resources and the type of support that NYCEDC will provide to companies throughout the 12-month program, as well as beyond the program completion?
So a lot of this is EDC's bread and butter. We have a really robust business development team. This is a group of people at EDC that guide companies through expansion and relocation to New York City. They offer site selection, incentive analysis, navigating city and state relations, workforce development, and ecosystem introductions for a company's soft landing here in New York City. This is support that will be available to all companies coming in through the landing pad, as well as any company if they're looking at New York City. You can go to choose.nyc and access those resources. But beyond that, we also have a couple of programs really designed for continued support. So one is our founder alumni program. This will, we have an operator building out this complimentary program that will provide continued access to events, investors, collaboration opportunities. And then we also just in general have a ton of robust programming happening at all times for entrepreneurs. And through being a part of this program, ILPN participants will be made aware of these offerings and how to get involved. So just one example of this is Pilots at Bat, which will be run by Lacey. This will take place at the Brooklyn Army Terminal and is a really incredible way for entrepreneurs to pilot their innovations on a real world application.
Thank you so much, Adelia. Last thing I'll say on this is that companies will be very involved with NYCEDC, especially with Adelia. They'll meet her quite a few times throughout the program. So Adelia, thanks for coming on and sharing a perspective about the program.
Super excited. Thank you.
So a little bit about the timeline. Currently, applications are open. They're going to be open until December 8th. Once we select the companies, we're going to onboard all 10 companies through individual meetings, and then eventually all 10 companies together, making sure that everyone is prepared to be in New York in March 2026 to begin the program. The program, as I said, is a 12-month program. It's going to last until February 2027. We're planning the program such that there will be waves of in-person programming, events, workshops, mentorship, strategy sessions, be generally condensed into waves over the course of the 12-month program. That being said, it is really important to us that companies are serious about being present in New York for the duration of the program. We're giving the general structure of waves of in-person programming such that you can visit your clients and conferences across the US during non-programming intense periods. It is important for us to give you that flexibility and not miss out on the program. But as I said, we're really looking for companies that are committed and serious to growing their presence in New York and want to be on the ground with the rest of the cohort, with SOSA, as well as the rest of the network and the other accelerators in New York City for the entire 12-month program. And lastly, a little bit about what we're looking for in a strong application. As I said before, strong revenue, that's definitely a key part of this program. We're looking for companies that have achieved growth stage status. If you've raised capital, if you have notable clients, if you have high growth projections, please mention all of that in your application as well. Clear understanding of the target market. We're looking for companies that have really done their homework on what awaits them in the United States, what companies they plan to approach, what clients they plan to approach, what their target market, what their ICP will look like, and then also what obstacles, what risks there are, who is your competitor, who is your competitive landscape, who are the incumbents, how do you differ from them. We're really looking for a robust explanation of the target market and the competitive landscape in the application. Compelling story for why now. We know, of course, the program is happening right now, so that's why you're applying. But tell us perhaps why you would still expand to the United States now, even if the program wasn't happening. Are you at the right point in exhausting the opportunities in your current market? Is your technology base newly innovative, and that's why you want to reach new customers in the United States? Is it consumer trends that you're pursuing in the United States? Tell us why now, and feel free to get creative with your response. Robust plans to expand in New York. We're really looking for companies that are committed to being in person in New York through this program. We also are specifically looking for companies that plan to either hire locally or permanently relocate their company senior members to New York for the program and to remain in New York after the program. That's a key part of this initiative, is growing jobs in New York and bringing in companies to be here on the ground. So tell us how you plan to do that through this program. Of course, also we want companies to be contributing to the New York ecosystem. What groups do you plan to join? What conferences will you attend? What are different, ideas you have for contributing creatively to the New York technology ecosystem? Will you host your own events? Will you, start your own initiatives and get other companies and VCs involved? We're looking for companies that want to be part of the program, but also plan to contribute to the broader ecosystem in New York. And then lastly, what specific objectives will this program help you achieve? What in the many components of the program that I mentioned, whether it's the lead mentorship, whether it's the office space, whether it's the the connections to VCs, the scale-up services, what specifically there will help you achieve your goals? Please lay that out in the application as detailed as possible. That will make for a very strong application as well. And I think without further ado, we're done. Feel free to reach out to me. You all have my email. Really happy to answer any questions, hop on a call, and looking forward to receiving your application. Thank you.